I'm gonna hit the button.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh
dun,
man,
dun.
you're funny.
Good morning, everybody. It's me, Blaze, and Dom, and Brody's here too. You say hi, Brody. He doesn't want to say hi. And we're here. We're
Good
live,
morning, Brody.
and it is December 18th, 2024. There's 7 days left until Christmas. It's next Wednesday. And Dom, are you ready at all? Is there things you need to do?
A little ready. Yeah, pretty close. We got everything. We got everything kind of set up and ready to go. Maybe finish up our tasks this weekend, and then just a little bit more the weekend before. How about you guys?
We're not prepared at all. We have, I think, 5 gifts, and so we're pretty good. We usually only get gifts for kids, though. Um, but we still have stuff to get together, and then we'll do all the wrapping Christmas Eve and have them under the tree the next day. So we're really last minute with that stuff. Is Santa gonna come see you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we do. We do a lot of our stuff last minute as well. But I think my wife and I have been discussing doing it. We have this time every weekend where the kids are doing something or distracted, and we can get work done.
Mm-hmm.
Although we
That's a good
lost
idea.
our last Friday, the kids are out of school this Friday. So
Oh
usually
no.
Friday's the best time, like when I'm home and the kids are all in school.
Yeah.
But that's over with because they get out on Thursday, and then Friday we're going to Knott's Berry Farm.
Do you do the wrapping? Do you help with wrapping?
I do, yeah. When I know what I'm doing, when I know what I'm told to do,
Mm-hmm.
because she always has a plan, um, on what kid gets wrapped with what, you know, color wrapping paper or something like that, or what kids what. So yeah, when I know what I'm doing or when I know what the plan is, I'll definitely help out. Or I'll just told her I'll run distraction with the children and take them somewhere.
I always think that's the
That's
best.
that's the
Is
other way to help.
I think tags are overrated, and if each kid just gets their own kind of wrapping paper, I think that's the best thing.
Yeah, that's been our game for a long time. Um, and you know, I think at one point I told her, I'm like, I just want to let's just make it easy for us one year, and we'll just put all the gifts in their Amazon boxes and just leave
Mm-hmm.
them under the tree like that. Um, I like the idea of opening random gifts and then trying to guess who it's for, but if your kids are too close in age, that won't work.
Good morning, Roach. Good to see you. Um, and then, did you get anything for your wife? Is she listening? You can't say.
So we're trying again this year. We've tried it in previous years, but we're trying to not get each other gifts and instead just stocking stuff or like little stuff
Mm-hmm.
and focus on focus on just continue with dates and trips and stuff like that. Like our success in the past has been like where we've gotten each other gifts, but it just kind of it's always I don't know, it just kind of seems to be going the path of like we're just getting each other's stuff off of each other's Amazon list.
Uh,
And so like she's getting me books and random stuff, and then I'm getting her like home decor and new pairs of Uggs. But it's like we also just buy that stuff for ourselves throughout the year.
yeah,
So it just kind of seems a little like. So we're just instead we're trying to plan a vacation together. That's all.
love it. And I think that's great because I think it just brings a layer of holiday stress off that you don't need. You don't have to worry about like who's going to outdo who
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
yeah, yeah. There were many Christmases where like the gifts didn't hit, and like you could see it on each other's face or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Gratitude. Where are you at with gratitude today?
Um, for today, I'm grateful. Like, so we didn't get into it yesterday, but so I'll just double down on yesterday's. But I'm really grateful for, I think, the conversations that you, me, and Ryan have. These conversations here too, for sure, because I feel like a lot of this is sometimes the three of us talking and having other listeners, and we chime in and we talk about talk with the chat a little bit, but for the most part, it's like it's a safe place for me, to come here and kind of get some stuff off my chest or talk some things out about, one of the hardest, jobs I've had in my life, which is, being a husband and being a parent.
Oh
So,
yeah, it's
and it's
hard.
just good to know that there's other people going through the same struggles. There's other people that I can sit here and talk to, and just if it feels good. So this is always my gratitude.
And Couch, if you don't know, I'm gonna do the same gratitude today. Is we have a alpha dad chat with me, Ryan, and Dom. And if you don't have a group of like moms or dads to just chat with, I think it's really important. One thing that I think we're always talking about in my family is like you have to have outside perspectives. Like it can't just be the nuclear family. Like it can't just be my kids going to the other kids or us. It can't be just my wife coming to me and me going to my wife. Like you have to have some outside perspective because some things are
Hmm.
it's just hard to talk about as well. Um, so make sure you have that group, and I share the same gratitude today.
Yeah, yeah. And then I'm seeing Jason's note about couples vacation. Like, yeah, we've gone through that too, where I've asked my wife will be like, I just want to go somewhere like as a gift, and I always tell her, I'm like, well, we always go somewhere, but we're just always bringing the kids. And she's like, yeah, well, I like to go places with the kids too. I'm like, okay, well, can't have your cake and eat it too, right? So like sometimes we just have to plan. Like sometimes you just have to plan. And I don't. There's not like really a math that works out. Like I would like to say like if we're going on six little weekend trips a year, then like at least two of them are just me and Amy.
Mm-hmm.
But it never really works out that way. Right now I think I've told you guys like we have this friend group that we got back together with, and the social calendar is definitely filling up. The other moms are, really good about making stuff happen for the whole family and making stuff happen for just the couples, and then
Uh huh.
even splitting and doing some moms only and dads only. So I think that's important too. Like if you can find a group, that makes it
That's
easier.
awesome.
And I've
We
been,
don't
I've
have a
been
group
wanting a
like that.
group for a
That's
really long
wild.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been wanting it for a really long time, and it is really cool. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Um, so I know that's not an easy thing to do, you
No.
know, because it took me a long. I mean, I got a 16-year-old kid, so like for 16 years, like we've been, around other parents and around other kids, and nothing ever really stuck. And it wasn't until just recently that like we
How?
just found this group, and we have at least one kid that like are all the same age.
Oh, that's awesome. How did you guys find this group? Is it like your neighborhood, country club, gym, people you grew up with?
Yeah, it
What?
was in our neighborhood, like the school. My sister. It was my sister. So my sister is the one who brought us out to the new city we're living in,
Mm-hmm.
and like she had also recruited like one or two other people to come out as well, and like all of us all of us were pregnant the same year. So like we have one kid, like Bentley's age. There's a kid in every family that's Bentley's age.
Oh man, that sounds awesome.
So that's kind of like how we're all linked. Like there's like four or five of us that they're all in kindergarten right now.
Um, Sorry, I have to walk around. Someone's asking me for a Donkey Kong car. Um, because my wife has some
Oh, no
friends.
worries at all.
My wife has some friends, and we get together pretty frequently. And we were all in Cleveland together, but now we're all across New York and Ohio, and so we don't get around as much. And we all have kids like the same ages. And it is nice though when we do go on vacations and like everyone's entertained and playing with each other. It actually makes me think right now. I need to make
Yeah.
plans right now to go and see them. Um,
Yeah, it's just it's definitely harder when those people, when you split and you go in different directions, right? Like when you're in a different state.
trying to
But
channel
you
my.
can at least
Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm trying to channel my inner Ryan. So like, there's a vacation weekend or whatever, or like a getaway, and you're getting together with these families. What's the one thing that makes it like this is the best? Is it like the kids are distracted and enjoying each other, and the parents get a break? Is it like planned meals or adventures, or like what's something where it's like you go on one of these weekends and you're like, you know what, I'm really glad that I did this.
Yeah, it's so for me it's a combination of like the first thought I had was like what we just talked about. Like it was something that I had wanted to have for a while but never got to experience it. So now I'm just like thoroughly enjoying that like let's say we've made it. And then the second thing is like when you're in when you're in a group of like six families or whatever, like you can all hang out together. You can hang out just kids and just parents. You can hang out guys and girls. You can split off to just like I'll go hang out with this one person, or me and another dad will go take all the kids and do something. Like there's just so many different like available splits that like it does keep you entertained. It keeps them entertained. There's very little, fights or drama or downtime. So just there's just always something to do.
That's awesome.
So it kind of yeah.
When's your next one?
Yep.
Do you have your next one planned?
So the next thing will probably, I mean, we don't have anything in January. I think the next big thing is in February. We're going to Nashville, like just the adults
Oh, that's awesome.
for one of the. So the other funny range is last week on Friday we celebrated one of the group members' 50th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And in February, we're going to celebrate the youngest group parent's 30th birthday. So there's a 20-year gap between
That's
like the
wild.
parents.
Yeah.
But yet those two people have kids the same age.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it's like a good what do you call it? Variety of people.
Yeah. That's awesome. My first thought there was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna call Ryan. Maybe we'll go to Nashville because Nashville's like I think 8 hour drive. No, it's probably longer than that, but it's closer than California.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Did you get to read today?
I did. Yeah, I did. This is one of those like the more heavier hitter
Yeah.
ones for sure. Hard to think about on the daily, because I think most of us we're living in a very like, even though it can be a little tumultuous world, we're living in a very like comfortable like world where, most of us don't have that concern on a day to day.
Mm-hmm.
But, you never know when someone's going to get a diagnosis of that kind. You never know. I think I touched on this the other day. Like you never know. Like traffic accidents are a big one. I mean, you see them every day, and all of us or most of us drive every day. So Ryan's out there biking through the streets of New York,
Yeah.
kicking taxi cabs. I worry about him constantly. But yeah, just it's one of those things where you just got to take that moment, let it sink in for a second. I don't think it's an every night thing. I think it's an every so often. And it doesn't even have to be at night or in the morning. It's just it could just be in the middle of your day whenever you think about it. It's just to remember that it's a gift to be here. It's a gift to have these people in your lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I think we had a similar reading a couple weeks ago, and I think it's just like it's such a humbling. It's also like really sad to think about, but life is so precious, And I think the big thing that I'm thinking about this week is like, I think there was a school shooting in Wisconsin this week, and I don't know what happened there. I need to read up on it, but there's a possibility that somebody's kid didn't come home that day, and that's one of the things that like I just can't imagine. But I know that people deal with it every single day. I know we have Craig
Yeah.
talk about his stuff a lot, and then like little bro here got his tonsils and adenoids out last week, so he has to stay home for 2 weeks. Um, but I just think about like, I mean, it's a pretty safe surgery, but I think things go wrong maybe like once every one. You're okay. You're okay. I know. I was talking about you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But you just never know what's going to happen. There's just those things every day that you can't. Like we had a tree fall in our backyard last week. I mean, it didn't crush anybody, but like no one. I don't know. It's a pretty far stretch from losing a life and my tree fell. But there's just these things that happen every
No, I
day.
mean, like, yeah, it happens.
And then I start to think about like all the things that like not related to life and death that happen that we can't account for, like NFTs going up and who's elected, and I don't know. But now I'm going off tangent. But anyways, regardless, today is a gift. Enjoy your family and make the best of it. And so I could have told Brody to go away and eat rocks, but do you like hanging out with Dad? Okay, great conversation. Love you too, buddy. But it's also, I think about like making sure that we are not that clean. Zoe, shut up. Sorry, guys. Zoe's interrupting. But taking advantage of all those things. So I think we're talking about like, what are the things that we've been wanting to do with our kids that we haven't done? And I know for me, it's like we haven't gone sledding yet this year. We need to go fishing. We need to go golfing.
Uh-oh. I lost him. Where'd he go? Anyways, I was gonna touch on his tree falling, and that reminded me of a story that happened where I felt like I almost could have lost one of my kids. We were playing around a tree. Hey, there he is.
Sorry about that.
No worries, man. I was filling the time with a tree falling story of my own.
Oh, did you have a tree fall?
Yeah, where it wasn't at my house, it was at my kid's school, and we were just kind of, it was actually like a moment of like almost lost a child because we were like the three of us, me, Bailey, and Brooklyn, were running around this tree, and all of a sudden it started making noise, and it literally like split itself, and like a giant chunk of it, like definitely a kid crushing chunk of it, fell in between me and my kids. And like to the point where like it was so big I couldn't even see them. So I'm like panicking, freaking out, like running around the other side of the tree to find them both okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's, a tree falling can easily mean, like I've seen them, crush cars in the neighborhood, like all that kind of stuff. Now ever since that point, because my daughter Bailey was older and Brooklyn was younger, Bailey's really afraid of trees.
Really?
She has a decent fear of like big trees, especially like around our house. And unfortunately, our new house, the bedroom that she got, is right next to like where the trees are in the house. So on days like last night, the wind was howling and blowing. The trees kind of hit the side of the house. I've told her like these trees that we have they're very like thin, so they're not going to do anything. Like that tree, like these trees are only 20 years old at most. The tree that split in between us was, could easily have been 60 years old. So it was massive.
I'm trying to think if there's any movies where there's like evil trees.
Just to give that to Bailey for Christmas.
Yeah, like because what's that therapy?
Like
they say that like if you're really scared of something, you need to like confront it. It's not called confronting.
Yeah.
Immersion therapy, I think it's called.
I think when she graduates and she doesn't move out of the house, I'm going to tell her like, if you don't have a path for your life, I'm going to make you go live in a tree.
Has she like? Now I'm trying to think like if you guys go on a hike in the woods, is she like hyper aware of all the different trees around?
No,
Like,
it's not like a real like fear. Like
okay.
we go zip lining in trees. Like we climb trees and do that kind of stuff. Like so no, it's not. It's like the ones near our house, like just knowing at any point those could just, crash through the roof or something like that, I think is more along her. It's not like she's walking around school or around town and like, avoiding the trees.
Mm-hmm. And so now I'm trying to think like what
I
my
think
kids
she
are
just
scared of.
prefer not to hang out with them. Yeah.
I know my kids are scared of bloody knives, but I mean, I think that's probably something you probably should be if you see someone with a bloody knife. But because we were watching Hunger Games the other day, and then I didn't think that the kids actually fought, but they do. Like towards the middle of the movie, and my kids freaked out. There's like, there's a bloody knife, so we had to turn it off. And they had nightmares.
Poor kids.
I gotta go, but I will.
Yeah, no worries. We can
love you
wrap
guys
this
so
up.
Yep. Everybody have a good day. And sorry for finishing a little bit earlier, and or if you stay on Dom or whatever. But gotta go. Love you guys. Have a good day.
Bye. See you, buddy.
Later.
All right. Blaze is gone. Chat. Everybody have a good day. Share your gratitude. I actually had a random friend call me the other day and leave a message, and he just basically said, I wanted to share some gratitude. I'm grateful, that I had you in my life, that kind of stuff. So it was really nice. And then I called him later and we had like a 2-hour chat while he was driving home. So share that gratitude. Tell the people that you're grateful for them. You never know what is going to come out of it. Everybody, I'm grateful for you, Jason, Karen Camel. I think we had Roach was in here earlier. Yeah. You guys have a good day. Oh, and Ambag's having a stream right now. I think. I don't know. Jump over there. Do some GJ comic stuff like we did yesterday. See you guys. Peace. Have a good day.